Assalamualaikum and good day with another episode of Rediscovering Heritage. Tania Qureshi is here with you. Have you ever heard about the Jewel of Lahore? This is one of the mesmerizing sights you can see in the world, trust me, in the world. Today I am here at Masjid Wazir Khan, the monument of Lahore, the jewel, the treasure, the precious treasure of Lahore, which you might not have seen anywhere in any other part of Lahore. And this is something which will carry you away with its mesmerizing, catchy beauty. It is not just the beauty of the building, it is the beauty and the love with which the building has been decorated and the treasures which are hidden inside its build. So let's move and see what Wazir Khan Mosque has. As you traverse the giant arches of Delhi Gate and take your way on the Royal Trail, you'll come across Chitta Gate, and from there you can see this giant, this huge, mesmerizing, beautiful, adorable mosque, the Wazir Khan Mosque. Outside Wazir Khan Mosque is the Wazir Khan Square, which has recently been conserved by the Walled City of Lahore Authority, Aga Khan Trust for Culture, with the funding of US Ambassador's Fund. Behind the square, behind the Wazir Khan Chowk, you can see this huge structure, ages old 17th century structure, which has the largest range of colors in it. Nowhere in the world you'll see such a blend and such a huge variety of colors and designs. So let me take you inside this beautiful, gorgeous monument. The Mosque Wazir Khan was erected under the patronage of the Governor of Lahore, Hakeem Ilam-ud-din Ansari, also known as Wazir Khan, which was a title bestowed to him by Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor. Basically, Wazir Khan was a physician who came in the services of Shah Jahan. The earliest past of his life was in Cheniot. He was a resident of Cheniot in Jhang district in Punjab. This site, which we can see where the Wazir Khan Mosque is, he chose it because it was a central place of Lahore at that time, and thus the foundations were laid in 1634. Another reason for choosing this site for such a splendid mosque was the tomb of this saint who died almost 2.5 centuries before the erection of the mosque. This place had been a school of religious learning because there were living quarters of the saint who used to impart spiritual knowledge to the seekers from this very place, where we can see the Wazir Khan Mosque today. So Wazir Khan, Sheikh Hakeem Ilam-ud-din, when took the initiative of erecting an astonishing mosque, he selected this place in veneration to the saint. Another interesting fact is that Chowk Wazir Khan once had gates on its 4 sides. The eastern one was famous as Chitta Darwaza because it was plain, devoid of embellishments. Presently, the gate does not stand at its original place. It is a historical fact that it was destroyed by Sikhs before the rule of Ranjit Singh while fighting against the Kasaban, the butchers who lived inside Delhi Gate. And yes, this Kucha Kasaban still exists inside Delhi Gate. It was later erected by the British during their rule on the subcontinent, but it was not laid at its original place. The Chowk Wazir Khan, which was called Jalao Khana by Mughals, was connected through perpendicular passage to various parts of the city because it was center of that time, Lahore. It is another historical fact that unlike its present position, Delhi Gate was perpendicular to Chitta Darwaza as Mughals loved symmetry of highest order, and monuments of their times could not sacrifice symmetry at any cost. The present unplanned and accidental encroachments in the bazaar leading from Delhi Darwaza to Chitta Gate made rolling lines instead of a straight one, which must be the later additions as you can see today. Among the monuments of Lahore, this place, Wazir Khan Mosque, is of immense importance and of a high architectural value. You will not see this sort of a construction anywhere else in Lahore. Yes, but this is a typical mosque construction style of the Mughal rule. Many other mosques are on the same pattern, the 5-bay alleys and the compartments and the chambers. Like you can see inside the Maryam Zamani Mosque, you can see inside the Nimi Masjid, or you can see inside different mosques along with the Wazir Khan Mosque built in Taksali Gate. So this is something which you can see inside this mosque, that there's a lot of colors and bright calligraphy and designs and tile mosaic and fresco work being used. This is something which is not seen in any other Mughal monuments which exist today in Lahore. The reason is that maybe those have not been maintained, or those did not carry this much embellishment which could resist or which could fight with the time, with the passage of time. And we see that Wazir Khan Mosque has also been through different transformations, different ages, different turmoils when the city was under attack by the Sikhs or the British or the Afghan rules. But this mosque has sustained its original condition. You see, very less restoration and conservation work has been done so far if we talk about the fresco or the tile mosaic work. But inside the chambers, you can still see the original ceilings, original fresco works, original painted walls. And another interesting fact about this beautiful mosque is that many students of architecture, fresco, design, arts, and modern designs, modern arts, are taking keen interest in this mosque. And it is not in recent years, it has always been there. Students from abroad are coming here to conduct their thesis, to study the beautification of this mosque, to study the patterns of this mosque. And many floral experts, those who work in floriculture, those who work in horticulture, they come here with very interesting facts that they read the symmetry and patterns of the flowers which have been made with fresco work and also with this tile mosaic work. So different studies and researches are still going on this mosque, and trust me that I think it is a never-ending story. Every brick, every flower, every petal has a story to tell, and studies and researches on this mosque can never end. Let's go inside the chambers of the mosque. So this beautiful monument, the Mosque Wazir Khan, built by Hakeem Ilam-ud-din, has an outstanding feature of this sort of fresco work. In any other place or in any other mosque inside Lahore, you will not see such a huge range of this sort of work. The flowers, the buckets, the baskets, fruits and everything. Many historians, they also say that Hakeem Ilam-ud-din was influenced by Surah Rahman, and on pattern of those surahs, this mosque has been decorated with different gifts of God, like fruits, flowers, vegetables and different things. So you see, this is first of its kind in Pakistan and the only of its kind in Pakistan. People from many other parts of Pakistan and the world, they come here to see the beauty of this mosque. But on the same side, there are some negligences as the Mosque Wazir Khan is under the Department of Awqaf in Punjab, we also see some of the damages which you can see here. The works are not being maintained, and you can see the water ingress and the open wiring to some extent. But still, the beautification and the versatility of the mosque stands there till today. And despite much damage to it, with hanging of these sort of fans and chandeliers and electricity, having open electricity wires running around the mosque, it still holds in itself the beauty of the old ages and old times when Hakeem Ilam-ud-din constructed this mosque with immense love and pleasure. So let me take you to another chamber of this mosque. The mosque's distinguishing architectural feature is the use of minarets at each of its four corners. The first time such a design was employed in Lahore by the architects of Mughal era. The prayer hall, as you can see, follows the one easel 5-bay motif that was first established in Lahore a generation earlier at the Maryam Zamani Mosque, which was later to find its full expression in Badshahi Mosque, built by Emperor Aurangzeb half a century later. Much of the mosque is constructed of cut and dressed brick decorated with glazed tile mosaic. I must tell you that this mosque is the best example of calligraphy and fresco work which is decorating the main chambers of the mosque. It is no doubt a must-seeing heritage site in Lahore. And every year groups of foreigners come to visit this mosque. It is also a fact that internationally this mosque is taken up as a case study by history and architecture students. Almost 7,000 people can offer prayers inside the mosque. A curious feature of the mosque is the incorporation of 22 shops into its ground plan. Situated on either side of the entrance hall, these shops form a bazaar with a brick-paved passage in between. Similarly, hujras and shops were outside the mosque and on the northern wall of the mosque. These shops were encroached by several vendors, but almost 2 years ago, these were vacated and now restored by the Walled City of Lahore Authority, Aga Khan Trust for Culture, with the help of Norwegian Embassy and US Ambassador's Fund. This place is now being developed into a crafts bazaar. So the shops which we can see inside the mosque, which is known as the Bazaar Wazir Khan, were the shops where the students would live, the calligraphy classes would go on, the students were taught different Islamic teachings and writing styles and painting and calligraphy and so on. This bazaar is now being converted into the offices of the Awqaf department, but I hope that these are also restored to their original glory someday. Similarly, the front facade of the mosque and the open space outside it had several encroachments which were removed by the authority. Previously, the mosque was hidden behind these encroachments and ugly transformers, but now, while taking a tour of the Royal Trail, you can easily look at this jewel of Lahore at once as you cross Chitta Gate. You can say that this was sort of a residential mosque. These rooms which you can see are on both sides of the mosque, and these were used for students. They would live here, and these were used as hostels rather. And the students would come here to learn different arts, calligraphy, Quranic verses, and even to become a hafiz. They would live in these rooms and classes would be conducted here. But now you can see these are quite in a dilapidated condition, and you can't see complete maintenance of these rooms. These are dumped with debris and converted into a junkyard, which is something sorry. And I think this should be maintained by the local authority as well, as Awqaf is looking after this mosque. So they must maintain each and every bit of it. Secondly, this mosque, if we wish, we can turn it into the largest tourist hub in Lahore. you will not see any souvenir shop, you will not see any welcoming signboard, you will not see any tourist information center inside this mosque, which is sad. Anywhere in the world you go, you see such things. You see signages, you see different tourist centers, you see tourist information centers, you see different souvenir shops. But here, not just here, I think everywhere in Lahore or Pakistan, we are missing such things. We need to work on these elements if we want our monuments to live and if we want to make tourism grow in Pakistan. This beautiful masterpiece of Mughal era, 17th century era, is a must-see heritage site. Trust me, if you come here, you'll be lost in the variety of colors and the beautiful tile mosaic and fresco works you'll find inside this mosque. This can be turned into a largest tourist hub, but we have to promote it, we have to strive a little hard for doing that. Because somehow in Pakistan, we are not very tourism friendly. We do not have a culture of promoting tourism and preserving our heritage by developing tourism. So I think this is something which we are lacking. But on the other hand, many authorities are now coming into the field of tourism and working to promote the monuments, different heritage sites and different architectural pieces which are the remains of Mughal, Sikh or British era in Lahore. And so this is one of the remains too. But it should not be dealt as just one monument. This is something special. If you come here, then only you'll get to know why I say it is something special. So now I'm waiting for you to come here and look at this piece of architecture, a wonderland, and then I'll be waiting for your feedback. So till next episode, goodbye.